Welcome to the marriage of Patrick William Baird and Brianna Kaylee Smith. Let us begin by recognizing the parents that brought Pat and Brianna into this world. Bill Baird, Kelly Baird, Chris Smith, and Cheryl Smith, who are all here with us tonight. Pat and Brianna, you've come today to legally marry each other. A level of marriage that needs no connection to religion, yet it celebrates a ritual and ceremony because you love each other. Many people marry at this level with a world of reasons: love, security, trust, intimacy, commitment, and many more. There is another level of marriage where you deepen your legal union when you make a biblically based covenant with your soulmate. This is where honor is on your communal journey, a commitment to die for till death do you part, a promise of a lifetime through difficult and sometimes impossible times, through pleasant and happy times. The third level of marriage is a sacramental marriage, a marriage where you enter into a free will. That is what truly constitutes a binding wedding. We see the visible signs of marriage, rings, vows, and a community that has come together to share in this celebration. You bring with you spirituality, compassion, sacrifice, purity, and a chance and a choice to please each other. If you recognize and are willing to admit that this is my soulmate, you will have the grace to sustain what it takes to stay together through all adversity in your journey together. Pat and Brianna, your relationship is not a happenstance situation. It was by the grace and timing that the two of you met in middle school. Once you met face-to-face on December 10th, 2006, you both decided to pursue a relationship. From that moment of yes until this moment of yes, you have been making promises and agreements over a meal or long walks, all those sentences that began when we're married and continued with I will and you will and we will, those late night talks that included someday and somehow and maybe, and all those promises that were unspoken matters of the heart were meant to be. All these common things and more are the real process that led you to this wedding here today. Faith in each other will continue to be instrumental in your life, Pat and Brianna, the center of your relationship, and will help you endure all things. You have discovered there is something that enables you both to find more fulfillment and joy, to be better and happier people being together than you could be apart. And just the words, I love you, is not enough. Love is the greatest spiritual gift, and now you will begin a new relationship, a new era in your lives. Your first loyalty and responsibility now will be to each other, and this ceremony brings both an end of an old life and the beginning of a new one, especially designed for the two of you. You bring maturity and stability to this wedding, Pat and Brianna. You know who you are as people and know what is worthwhile in life. You know there are no days without sunshine and rain. There are no promises of days without pain, laughter without sorrow. However, we are promised strength for the day, comfort for the tears, and light for the way. You will laugh together and feel pain together, which is a part of life and growth. Marriage is not to be taken casually or entered into lightly. In Corinthians 13:4, Paul says to us, love is patient, love is kind. Love is not envious or boastful or arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice in wrongdoing, but rejoices in the truth. It bears all things, believes in all things, hopes in all things, and endures all things. Love should never end. Ryan, may I have the rings? Circles have no beginnings and have no end. And so in the long and sacred tradition of marriage, rings have come to symbolize eternal love and endless union of body, of mind, and of spirit. Pat, take this ring and present your vows to Brianna. Well, if you could.
Bree, you know me better than anyone else in this world, and somehow you still manage to love me. You are my best friend and the love of my life. Over the years, you have made me a better person, and I honestly have no idea what I would do without you. I cannot wait to spend the rest of my life with you. So today, in front of all of our family and friends, I promise to love and to cherish you through the good and the bad. I promise to look really hard for something before I ask you to come find it for me. I promise to never keep score, even if I'm totally winning. I promise to always make you silly handmade cards to remember this day. Finally, I promise to do anything I can in order to provide our family with the happiest life possible. I love you.
Brianna, take this and present your spouse to Pat.
Pat, thank you for always loving me unconditionally. You have been by my side through almost all troubles, happinesses, successes, and failures I have had in my life thus far. It is hard to believe that it's already been almost 11 years since you asked me to be your girlfriend, and now today I will finally be your wife. These vows are not the beginning of things I will do when you're my husband, but the things I will continue to do that have kept our love strong over the years. I vow to continue doing things together that make us smile or laugh. I promise to give you my trust and respect in life decisions that we make along the way. I promise to always be there to help you find things in there absolutely perfect. I vow to accept that you don't and can't dance, but I will continue to try and teach you every chance I get. I vow to always communicate and conquer life's challenges as a team and never on our own. I promise to continue showing you my love each and every day, even if that means watching the Red Zone every Sunday until February. I vow to always care for you, even if I'm mad that you hurt yourself doing something so stupid or drunk. I vow to one day build a family with you and teach our children the meaning of true love. I promise to always give you space when the Bulls lose in the playoffs, because I know how hard that is for you. I vow to never forget all of the memories and feelings that made us who we are today as a couple. Pat, I promise to love you, and only you as my first love, partner in life, and best friend as you have always been. Don't get scared.
Pat, do you take Brianna to be your beloved wife?
I do.
Do you promise to love, honor, cherish, and protect her, forsaking all others and holding only unto her?
I do.
Brianna, do you take Pat to be your beloved husband? Do you promise to love, honor, cherish, and protect him, forsaking all others and holding only unto him? As Pat and Brianna have spoken their vows to each other, they are seeking and defining the styles of their own lives together in front of family and friends. Marriage is not an isolated unit living behind closed doors, but part of a community. The health and happiness of their union affects that of family and friends too. With this in mind, will you rejoice in the couple's triumphs rather than their misfortunes in your relationship with them? Will you remember the joys and forget the hurts? Will you love them? Remembering love is patient and kind, it is not jealous of others' good fortune nor quick to take offense. It keeps no score of wrongs. It has no limits to its faith and hope, nor can it come to an end. If you are willing to accept this responsibility, then say out loud, "We do."
We do.
We do.
Then you have reason to be here today at their wedding. Pat and Brianna, you are unique among all the people in the world. Your marriage and your home will be unique. As these days evolve from this day forward, always respect each other, communicate with each other, turn to each other for all of your needs and concerns ahead of all others. Continue to grow in unending love as the rings you have exchanged with each other today are unending circles. Sooner or later, we begin to understand that love is more than verses on Valentine's and romances in the movies. We begin to know that love is here and now, real and true, the most important thing in our lives. For love is the creator of our favorite memories and foundation of our fondest dreams. Love is a promise that is always kept, a fortune that can never be spent, a seed that can flourish in even the most unlikely places. And this radiance never fades. This mysterious and magical joy is the greatest treasure of all, and one known only by those who love. Brianna and Pat, now that you have consented together in matrimony and have pledged your faith to each other by giving and receiving of these rings before family and friends, According to the power invested in me, I now pronounce you husband and wife, and Pat, you may kiss your bride. And now let me introduce you to the new Mr. and Mrs. Baird.